I've had the fortune of meeting a lot of people with great ideas and a lot of musicians, and oftentimes those two things collide. I truly believe Seth Kitchen has what it takes to disrupt the industry. Seth joined us literally after walking across the stage, his graduation stage, at Missouri S&T, and even turned down a job offer at Boeing to pursue his passion. I've been so impressed with him and know that you will be too. Seth's lead mentors are two of Springfield's claim to fame in the music and tech industry: Mark Steiner, founder of Gig Salad, and Dr. Jennifer Jester, owner of School of Rock. Here to introduce Seth is Dr. Jennifer Jester.
Good morning, everybody. I'm super excited to announce Collaboarator LLC. It's been a pleasure working with Seth over the summer. Seth Kitchen and Michael Costello are the two founders, and they've been working on this with initial concept and design since November, and been developing this through the entrepreneurship program at Missouri S&T in Rolla. And then when they came here, they actually were able to work on some of the copyright law and application programming. So they're doing a lot of development to get all their ducks in a row. Mark Steiner and I helped them connect the local artists and different types of things that would help their business grow. And one of the things in their future is they're going to be going to South by Southwest, as well as the DIY Musician Con. So without further ado, please let me welcome Seth Kitchen.
Everyone, thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Jennifer, for that awesome introduction. That song you just heard was the first ever music track uploaded to our app, Collaboarator. So as they mentioned, when I came to the accelerator, my degree was actually in aerospace and computer engineering. So you might be wondering why music, right? So if you think about the current people in rockets, that'd be Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. They all started with some big software company, so Amazon or PayPal. And so Collaboarator is that for me. It's so I want to basically build Collaboarator to $1 million business and then be able to build rockets from there on. So music is also big for me. In high school, I played keyboard and guitar, and I had friends that played guitar and bass and vocals, but there was no one at my school that played drums. So that was a big disruptor for us not having to have a band when we were in high school. So if there was some app out there that let us find a local drummer, we would have been able to bin rock stars and go with that, right? So if you think about some other problems in the music industry, the first big one is the fact that 91% of musicians are undiscovered. So if you think about venue owners trying to find people for a gig, are they really hiring the best talent? Or are they hiring someone that they know, or that their friend knows, or maybe that comes into their bar a lot? So another issue is finding people to work with. So if you think about it, a musician is not necessarily a solo artist, even if they are a solo artist. They have studios, they have producers, audio engineers, labels, all these different people in between. And it's important to find people in your local area that you can work with, because I can't work with someone in New York if I'm in Springfield. That's going to be a long commute each way. So the last kind of portion is because of all these different middlemen, the labels, the studios, the bandmates, it's really hard for a musician to make revenue at the start of it. They have to pay for upfront instrument fees, for studio time, all that stuff that just squeezes them to where it's not a livable wage. So we've tried to solve this problem is our app Collaboarator. So what you see here is the edit screen in our app that lets you upload any audio track that you like. It'll appear as a waveform like you would see in the first row in this editor. And then you can post that to the social media feed so that everyone within, say, 50 miles of you can see that audio track and then add their bass, add their drums, add whatever else it needs to become a full track right through our application. So what happens is you'll click a button, it'll bring you back into the editor, it'll import that old track, and you can add your tracks underneath it. That's the second and third row in this editor you see there. This is the sort of profile screen you'll see when you first log in. We pull your profile picture from Google, from Facebook, or from Spotify. We keep track of how many tracks you've uploaded, the number of points, which is how many upvotes or downvotes your tracks have had, and you can also download the app or buy the tracks directly from someone's profile screen. Also note that follow user button at the top, because I'll talk about that on this screen. This is the feed screen. You'll note it looks kind of like Facebook or Twitter. There's basically 3 different instances you can have of it. The left side tab is a following feed. So if I follow a specific user or a specific tag, as you can see, hip hop is highlighted on this screen. You can have all of those tracks be loaded into your feed screen, or into your following feed. The second feed is a GPS-based feed. Like I mentioned earlier, you can set your GPS distance anywhere from 1 to 100 miles away, and that'll load all of the tracks near you that are being uploaded to our platform. The last feed is a worldwide feed, so if you subscribe for $5 a month, you can see all the different music tracks being uploaded on our platform worldwide. That's huge because musicians are looking to connect the world with their music. So for the first time, they'll be able to reach out to someone in China and work with them, even though they may not speak the same language. If you think about all the different people in the music industry, there's quite a lot. And the ones you're probably most familiar with are streaming services like Spotify and Pandora, because those are the ones directly applicable to you. You actually will funnel your either ad revenue or your subscription fee to them, and they'll channel it back through the different other niche markets. So the other ones involved are, for instance, CD Baby, which is a distributor. So for artists to be able to get their music on all the different platforms, Spotify, Pandora, Deezer, Tidal, the list goes on, Amazon Music, Apple Music, they have to submit to a distributor like CD Baby, where they'll pay some upfront fee, maybe $40, to put their album on all these different platforms. Once all those different streaming platforms put all of the revenue together, they'll pay it back to CD Baby, who will take a royalty out and then finally pay out the artist. So you can see there's a lot of people that it has to go between before the artist is actually getting their revenue back. The other thing that we have listed here is editors. So editors like Ableton or Pro Tools or Logic Pro, they run anywhere from $200 to $2,000 a year that an artist has to pay out of pocket. And you can imagine for an independent artist who's not making $200 a year off their music, that's a huge upfront fee. So what we're trying to do through our platform is cut out all these different middlemen and provide the minimum solution for each of these different niche markets, such that an independent musician can make money off of their music. So if you think about the market opportunity, it's really easy to track, because every year the global music industry puts out a report that tells you how much money the market or the digital revenue has generated. Over the last 4 years, the market has grown 40% year over year or more. So you can see in 2017, it was actually 60.4% increase in streaming revenue. And you just don't see these kind of increases in any other market. The reason for this is because hardware is going away. So you can imagine CDs, cassettes, all these different other hardware, records, for example, are just going away, and digital is replacing them. So it's a great time to jump into the music industry and the digital realm specifically and get involved. So we have here our target market is SoundCloud users, because they're really easy to find. Basically, people will go on SoundCloud and post their Facebook, post their email, post their phone number. So it's a really easy marketing strategy to just reach out to those users and get them to upload to our platform. Which kind of leads into the market approach overall, which is we want to message people on these social sites. A great one is Facebook, because there's Facebook groups out there which are becoming more and more popular, where I can have a group like Shred Guitar Kingdom, right? It has 18,000 users in it. So that's 18,000 people that I can specifically direct message and say, hey, I heard your awesome video track on this group today. Why don't you upload to our platform as well? And they're most likely going to do it because it's free, right? And so the second one that we have listed is geofencing. So what we can do is put a geofence border around guitar venues or bars where musicians will be coming in and out, and just specifically send them an ad so that they'll come check out our site. The last one is through Google. We're able to put blog posts out there for anything that's happening in the music industry to drive traffic to our site. So if you think about Miley Cyrus or Ariana Grande, they're doing something crazy every day, right? So we can write a blog post about that, and that should generate some traffic to our site. We distribute in all the different app stores, Google Play Store, Windows Store, and also on our website. And we're also trying to gain endorsements from A-list celebrities. So you can imagine if the Jonas Brothers came in and gave us an endorsement, they could upload maybe a melody to our platform, and then every one of our users can collaborate on that track. And that way, they can say, hey, I worked with the Jonas Brothers before, which will increase their huge exposure, and the Jonas Brothers are getting 1,000 remixes out of it, right? So they can make that a whole another album. So these are the types of ads that we run. We like to post previous albums that have been really famous and put our branding and logos on it, and we see a lot of engagement on Facebook because of that, likes, comments, and shares. So I'm happy to announce that through this program, and starting in mid-July, we released our app on all the different app stores. There's a link in your pamphlet that will take you to our webpage that will tell you whatever platform you're on, you can download our app, leave us a review. That we'd really appreciate it. That way we rank higher in our search results. I'm also proud to announce that since we've launched, we're now a global company. We have uploaders and buyers in the North America, United States, Europe, and Asia. And last but certainly not least, we're proud to announce that we're launching a Springfield album. So we went and found the top 12 artists in the Springfield area, and we're putting them on our album, and we're releasing it by Friday. So hopefully you'll stream it on all the different platforms I mentioned earlier, whatever's your favorite. So lastly, my name's Seth Kitchen. Like I said, I'm an aerospace and computer engineering graduate, but I've also worked at companies like Walmart Labs and Garmin. I actually met my co-founder, Michael Costello, at a Walmart internship in Bentonville, Arkansas. He's the UX UI designer, so he made this beautiful presentation, does all the logos and branding, and he's really awesome to have on the team. So thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you at our table.